This presentation is mainly focused on the components of an AC locomotive system. There are three types of supply systems are used in electric traction system. They are DC system, single phase and three phase AC system, and composite system. In composite system, single phase AC to DC and single phase to three phase systems are used. Major components used in electric traction system are traction substation, overhead wiring, current collector, track and track system. This figure shows the various parts of the electric locomotive system. First one is transformer. The line voltage has to be stepped down before use on the train. Traction transformer of the trains and railway stock transform the overhead contact line voltage, which ranges mainly from 15 kV or 25 kV to voltage of 0.7 and 1.5 kV. Normally transformer use are of rating 5600 kVA to 7200 kVA. Then the second part is rectifier. It's the major role in the electric traction system. A rectifier consists of thyristors and diodes, which is used to convert AC to DC. Instead of conventional bridge rectifier, thyristors are used. A modern locomotive usually have at least two main rectifier. So we can calculate the DC voltage with the basic fundamental formula of 2 Vm by pi. So the maximum of 0.637 Vmax we obtain. The third main part of the locomotive system is inverter. The inverter are used for converting DC power from a fixed voltage DC supply into an AC output voltage of variable frequency and fixed or variable output AC voltage. The next one is DC link, used on modern electronic power system between single phase rectifier and three phase inverter. It is easier to convert the single phase AC from the overhead line to the three phase required for the motors by rectifying it to DC and then inverting the DC to three phase AC supply. So then train lighting or air conditioning system. Axle driven generators are used to store batteries that power light, fans and electrical fittings. For powering air conditioner equipment, an inverter was used to convert the DC output of a set of batteries to 415 volt AC. Older coaches use bank of 24-volt batteries, while 110 volt is newer coaches. In many air conditioner coaches, a mid-on generator is used. Next, DC series motor. It develops high torque at low speeds and low torque at high speed. Exact requirement of the traction units. Torque is independent of the line voltage and thus unaffected by the variations in the line voltage. Then the single phase AC series motor, starting torque is lower than DC series motor due to poor power factor at starting. Maximum operating voltage is limited up to 400 volts. And one of the very important motors used in traction system is three phase induction motor. It provides a constant speed operation, developing low starting torque, drawing high starting current, and complicated control networks makes it unstable for electric traction work. Automatic regeneration is the main advantages in electric traction with the motor. Electric braking plays a vital role in electric traction system. A running motor may be brought to rest quickly by either mechanical braking or electrical braking. The mechanical braking is applied by means of mechanical brake shoes. Hence, the smoothness of the mechanical braking is depend on the surface and the physical condition of brakes. Smooth braking of a motor can be achieved by electrical braking. In electrical braking of DC motor is of three types. One is rheostatic or dynamic braking, plugging or reverse current braking, and third one is regenerative braking. In case of rheostatic or dynamic braking at DC series motor is disconnected from the supply and field connectors are reversed and the rheostat is connected in series. The field connections are reversed to make sure that the current through field winding will flow in the same direction as before. Next, plugging or reverse current braking. In this method, the armature connections are reversed and hence the motor tends to run in opposite direction. Due to reversal of the armature terminals, applied voltage and back EMF start acting in the same direction and hence the total armature current exceeds. To limit this armature current, a variable resistor is connected across the armature. This is similar for both series and shunt wound motors. Plugging gives greater braking torque as compared to rheostat braking. This method is generally used in the controlling elevators, machines, and printing presses also. So next, the regenerative braking is used where the load on the motor has a very high inertia. When applied voltage to the motor is reduced to less than back EMF, obviously armature current will get reversed and hence the armature torque is reversed. Thus speed falls. As generated EMF is greater than applied voltage, power will be returned to line. This action is called regeneration. Speed keeps falling, back EMF also falls until it becomes lower than applied voltage and direction of armature current again becomes opposite back EMF. This slide gives the clear picture about the features of electric traction motor. The electrical features are high starting torque, simple speed control, regenerative braking, better commutation, and capability of withstanding voltage fluctuations. And in addition to that, the mechanical features are light in weight, small space requirement, robust and should be able to withstand the vibration. From this presentation, we conclude that no single motor is ideal for traction purpose. DC series motor are almost suitable for this work. The power electronic has been restored to in a major way for conversion and control operation. Different types of braking were discussed, out of which regenerative most efficient. Though electric locomotive are most efficient, the steam and diesel locomotives.